Hello viewers, good day. How are you all doing? Hope everybody's doing fine, everybody's doing cool. So you're welcome to JAMB Maths Hub. So today we're looking at 50 viral JAMB Mathematics questions that are very important for you. Okay, if you can solve these 50 questions, then you are good to go for JAMB 2024. Okay, I can assure you of that. Now let's get right into the video real quick. So the first question here, we are told to indicate the type of question paper we are solving, the type of mathematics question paper. So this question paper is type B. So let's go to your option and shade type B. So the type of the question will be written on top of the question paper, so it's very obvious. Just go there, check it out, and just shade the option. For the second question, that to convert 27 base 10 to another number in base 3. So 27 base 10 to another number in base 3. So the method to use is the method of long division. Okay, long division method. So that's what you're going to do. So the first thing to write, you write 27, then you start dividing by 3. So 3 in 27, that will give you 9, the remainder will be 0. 3 in 9, that will give you 3, the remainder will be 0. 3 in 3, that will give you 1, the remainder will be 0. 3 in 1, that will give you 0, the remainder will be 1. Then you pick your answers like this. So you check out your answer will be 1 0 0 0 base 3. So you go to your option and look for that. So this is C right there. The number of apples in the ratio 5:3:2. So that's the given ratio. You can see it right there. The ratio is 5:3:2. So they share the apples in ratio 5:3:2. So 5:3:2. If the highest share is 40, find the smallest share. So you have to find the smallest share, but you don't know how many apples were shared. So the first is to find how many apples were shared. And take note of this, that these 40 apples will go for the person with the highest ratio. So these 40 apples, we are told that the highest share is 40, and the highest ratio from here is 5. So that means the person that has the ratio of 5 is the one that is having 40 apples. So you just quickly do this simple calculation. So for the person that has, first of all, add up the ratios. That will give you 5 plus 3, that's 8. 8 plus 2 will give you 10. So you write out 5 divided by 10 times total number of apples that were shared, which is unknown, is equals to 40. This is what the person got. So we divide. So 5 here 1, 5 here 2. Then cross multiply. So T will be equals to 40 times 2. Then you get T equals to 80. So you know that 80 apples were shared. So you have to find the smallest share. The smallest share will be for the person that has the smallest ratio. So this person that has the ratio of 2 is the person with the smallest ratio. So our own share will be 2 divided by total ratio is 10, then times number of apples that were shared, that's 80. So this got this. Then 2 times 8 will give you 16. So our own share will be 16 apples. So let's move on to number 4. Okay, number 4. Now we have to evaluate 1.25 times 0.025 divided by 0.05. You have to correct it to one decimal place, evaluate to one decimal place. So it's very simple. Look at what you're going to do. The first thing is let's just quickly write the question in like base standard forms. So this is 1.25. Use this idea. If you have a number like 0.25, you express it in base standard form. You just pick 25, then there are 2 zeros to the right of this decimal point. There are 2 numbers here, so that will be 2 zeros. So you have 25 times 10 to the power minus 2. Don't forget there will be no decimal point in this number. That's your target. So your target is to write 1.25 without any point in the number. So that will give you 125. Then this point here, there are 2 zeros here. That will be times 10 to the power minus 2. Do the same thing here. 0.025. There are 3 numbers here, so that will be 25 times 10 to the power minus 3. Then you are dividing by, this is 5 here. So 5, you have 0.05. Sorry, the question is 0.05. So 0.05, you have 5 times, there are 2 numbers here, that will be 10 to the power minus 2. So these two are similar, these two can cut out. So what you're going to have left is 125 times 25 divided by 5. So if you cut this 5 here, 5 in 20, 125 and 25. So we are left with 25 times 25 times 10 to the power minus 3, which is simply, this 2 is 625. Okay, so this is 625 times 10 to the power minus 3, which is the same thing as 0.625. but the question is you have to correct it to one decimal place. You have to put it in one decimal place. So we have to put it in one decimal place. So one decimal place means it should just be only one number after a decimal point. So this should just be 0.6. You can see from here, it should just give you 0.6. 0.6. So come to your option, look for that there. Then the next one is, so move to the fifth question. For the fifth question, you have the time, you have to find the time taken for 3,000 naira to earn 600 naira if invested at 8% simple interest. So you just check it out. You see that 600 naira is the interest, okay, while the amount that was earned or borrowed is 3,000 naira. So 8% is the rate. So put that in the formula for simple interest. So you have I equals P RT over 100. So T is what I'm looking for. So I is 600 equals to P 3,000 times the rate is 8 times the time. You are dividing by 100. So this can cancel out. So you have 30 times 8 on this side. So you have 600 is equals to 30 times 8. That will give you 240 T. Then I'm looking for T. So divide both sides by 240. So you're going to have you have T equals to 600 divided by 240. So 0 cut 0. Then you can cut it with 6 in 10, 6 in 60, that will give you 10, 6 in 24, that will give you 4. So you have 10 divided by 4. 10 divided by 4, if you break it down, finally you get 5 over 2. So this will give you 5 over 2, which is same as 2.5. So go to your option and look for 2.5 there. So if you check the options carefully, you see that this is 2.5 here. 2.5 is 2.5. So this is the answer to that question. Okay, so let's move on to the next question. For number 6, we have 3 to the power minus 5n over 9 to the power 1 minus n times 27 to the power n plus 1. So you have to simplify. So let's just quickly rewrite the question. If you write it, you have 3 to the power minus 5n times 27 to the power n plus 1 divided by 9 to the power 1 minus n. So just, you can see that 3 is a factor. 3 can go in all these numbers. So just quickly break everything down to power of 3. So this one will give you 3 to the power minus 5n times 27 is 3 to the power 3. Then the 3 at the top will multiply n plus 1. So you have 3 to the power 3 into n plus 1. Then you are dividing by 9 is 3 to the power 2. This is 3 to the power 2 into 1 minus n. So if you continue in this process, you have 3 to the power minus 5n times, this is 3 to the power 3 times n will give you 3n plus 3 times 1 will give you 3. Then you are dividing by 3 to the power, this is 2 times 1 2 minus 2 times n 2n. Then don't forget, in indices division stands for minus. Okay, division stands for minus. So this is like subtraction. So let's just rewrite this. So you have 3 to the power minus 5n times 3 to the power 3n plus 5 times, now I'm reversing this, okay, so it will become times. So I have to look for the inverse. That will be 3 to the power minus 1 will be in front here. Then this will be 2 minus 2n. So at the end of the day, I have 3 to the power, it will give you 3 to the power minus 5n times 3 to the power 3n plus 5 times 3 to the power, then this minus goes into the bracket, so I'll give you minus 2 plus 2n. Then in this is times is plus, so you have to add, take the base is similar, you can see you have 3 3 3, so you pick one of them, then you add all the powers, so you have minus 5n plus 3n plus 5, I'm adding the powers right now, minus 2n plus minus 2 plus 2n. So you can now do the addition. You can see that 3n plus 2n is 5n, and you have minus 5n here. So these ones can cancel out because they are the same. So at the end of the day, you have 3 to the power 5 minus 2. 5 minus 2 will give you 3. At the end of the day, 5 minus 2 will give you 3. Then 3 to the power 3 will give you 27. So go to your option and look for 27 there. or 3 raised to the power 3. So you can see that 27 is 3 raised to the power 3. So let's go to your option and look for. You can see 27 was not even in the option, but what you have is 3 raised to the power 3. So let's go there and pick the answer straight. So this is the answer here. And the next one you have, so move to the 7th question. We have, if log of 4 to base 10 is 0.6021, you have to evaluate logarithm of 4 raised to the power 1 over 3 to base 10. So use the law of logarithm. Just bring this 1 over 3 to the front here. So what you have is 1 over 3 log of 4 to base 10. So log of 4 to base 10 is already in the question. Look at it here, 0.6021. So don't write this again. Just write 1 over 3 times 0.6021. Then from there, let's divide 0.6021 by 3. If you divide that, you will get 0.6021. You're dividing by 3, so that will give you 0.2007. So this is the answer here. Don't forget, at this point you can use your calculator on your screen. Okay, now move to the next question. We have, so you're welcome back. We'll move to number 8 now. Number 8 is the question on sort. So you have to simplify root of 5 into brackets root of 147 minus root of 12 divided by root of 15. So let's rewrite the question. So we have root of 5 root of 147 minus root of 12 divided by root of 15. The first thing to do is to rationalize the denominator. So you use root 15 to multiply this part, and this is to multiply the bottom, the denominator too. So root 15 times 5 will give you root 75. Then what you have left is what is in this bracket, root 147 minus root 12. Then you are dividing it by root of 15. So sorry, root of 15 times root of 15 will give you 15. If you multiply these two, you get 15. So that's 15. Then you move to the next part. You have to break this sorts to their basic forms. So make sure one of the factors has a square root. Okay, so if you do that, 75 will give you 25 times 3. So 75 will be square root of 25 times 3. Then you open your bracket. This is 49 times 3. Okay, that's 7 times 7 times 3. So this is square root of 49 times square root of 3. Then you have your 12 is square root of 4 times square root of 3. Then don't forget at the bottom part you have 15. If you continue like that, this is square root of 25 is 5. This is 5. So this is 5. Then times root 3. Square root of 49 is 7. Times root 3, that will give you 7 root 3, minus square root of 4 is 2. 2 times root 3 will give you 2 root 3. Okay, then divided by 15. So 7 root 3 minus 2 root 3 will give you 5 root 3. So you have 5 root 3 outside, multiplied by another 5 root 3 inside. Then you are dividing by 15. So 5 root 3, 5 times 5 will give you 25. Root 3 times root 3 will give you 3. And dividing by 15. So 3 here 1, 3 here 5, 5 here 1, 5 here 5. So the answer is 5. Now you move to your option and look for 5 there. So you go there and shade 5. Now number 9, you have this question here. This is a question on set. PQ and R are subset of the universal set. So this is the question on set. Watch out for our next video, which will be on set. Okay, so PQ and R are subset of the universal set U. The Venn diagram showing the relationship between P intersection U union Q. Now this symbol stands for intersection. This is intersection, and this is union. So P intersection Q is where the circle of P and Q are meeting. So the circle, for example, for this diagram, the circle of P and Q are meeting at this point here. This is where they intersect each other. Then union R. Now this arrow that you have here is arrow as a whole, the set, R as a whole. So you're trying to put it together with where P and Q are meeting. So this is like a union. You're trying to blend them together. If you look at these options, what you're going to have is you need one of the options that will involve the whole circle of R that will be shaded. That's what you need, because you have arrow as a whole, not arrow complement. You have arrow as a whole. So this can be the answer. This can be the answer. This one too can be the answer. This one would have been the answer, assuming this space was shaded, because you need the full circle of R. So this is the only option that fulfills that criteria. So this is the answer here. C. Now we'll move to the next question. Question 10. So this question 10, we have told that if P is x such that x is odd. Now x is an odd number and -1 is less than x less than or equals to 20. Since -1 is less than x, that means x is bigger than -1. So the first value for P in this case will start from 0 and so on. We are told that x is odd. So since x is odd, then you're going to be having 1. Yeah, it should be less than or equals to 20. So the first number will be 1. That's for P. 1, then move to 3, then move to 5, then 7, and so on. The last one will be 19. You need the odd numbers. Then for Q, we are told that y is prime. Okay, and y is greater than -2, but less than 25, less than or equal to 25. So you need the prime numbers. Okay, now the prime number, the first prime number is 2. Okay, then after 2, the next prime number is 3, the next prime number is 5, followed by 7, then followed by 11, and so on. Okay, now since you are doing intersection, okay, you look at what they have in common, P intersection Q. The last number for P is 19, so the last number here too, because what you're going to have is less than or equal to 25. Okay, now if you look at these options, you have for this option A, if anyone has 2, is wrong, because 2 is not common to this set. So what is common is 3, 5, 7. 9 is not common too, because 9 is not the prime number. Okay, so 9 is not common. So you should have 3, 5, 7, okay, 11, and so on. So this can be the answer. So you should have 3. Let's check this one. 3, 5, 7. Okay, then you have 11. Then 13 is an odd number, and it's also prime. So and 13 is not here, so this can't be it. So you need 3, 5, 7, 11, 13. Yeah, so this should be the answer. This is B, option B. 7 is not in this part. It's supposed to be there because 7 is common to both of them, and 7 is not here, so this can't be the answer too. So the real answer is B. So you're looking for what is common between the two sets, so that's why you have to check for the odd values and the prime values. Okay, option C is obviously wrong because it involves 2, and 2 is a prime number. Now let's move to the next one. So we are told that if S is equals to the square root of t squared minus 4t plus 4, find t in terms of x. It means that you should find the relationship for t and x, an equation that combines or joins t and s. So you have s equals square root of t squared minus 4t plus 4. So you factorize this, you have t minus 2, t minus 2. Okay, so you have x equals to t minus 2, t minus 2, and this is a square root here. So the square root of t minus 2 will give you t minus 2. Then you have s here. So for you to make t to be alone, you have to bring this 2 to this side. So at the end of the day, you're going to have s plus 2 is equals to t. Okay, so s plus 2 is equals to t. When you bring this 2 to this side, so you have s plus 2 equals to t. So that's the relationship. Go to your option and look for that, or s plus 2. So that's A. Okay, that's option A. Then for the next one, we are told that if x minus 4 is a factor of x squared minus x minus k, then k is, now if something is this is polynomial, okay, I posted a video on polynomials, so you need to watch that video to understand the basics of polynomials. So if x minus, the video link will be in the description, okay. Now if x minus 4 is a factor of a polynomial, you need to use what is called the remainder theorem. So x minus 4 is a factor, you go to your polynomial and you insert 4 plus 4 there. Don't forget what you have is minus 4. What you use in the polynomial is 4, and since it's a factor, that means your remainder will be 0. So you go to your polynomial, so you come to this polynomial and put 4 here and let it be equal to 0. So you have x squared minus x minus k, it should give you 0 when you put in 4. So I'm putting 4 right now, so 4 times 4 will give you 16 minus, this is 4 minus k, it will give you 0. 16 minus 4 will give you 12 minus k is equals to 0. Then you can see that k is equals to 12 from here. Then go to your option, check it out. So k is equals to 12. So that's the answer. So let's move to the next part of the video. Thank you for watching. If you are still with us, please like and subscribe for more videos like this, okay? Now let's move to the next part. So you're welcome back. So we'll move to number 13. Now for number 13, you have the remainder when 6 raised to the power 3 minus p squared minus 47p plus 30 divided by p minus 3 is. So this is remainder theorem. What you do is go to your function, and the factor you are given is p minus 3, but come to this function and insert plus 3, okay? Since you have p minus 3, you insert the opposite. So come to this function and insert p minus 3. So anywhere you see p, just write in 3 there. So 3 is, you have p here, so write out 3. 3 to the power 3 will give you 27. So you have 6 times 27. So 6 times 27 minus p squared, that's 3 times 3, that will give you 9, minus 47 times 3, then plus 30. So if you evaluate that, 6 times 27 will give us 162. So 162 minus, then you have 9. 47 times 3 will give us 141. So 141, then plus 30. Then use your calculator. If you press that, you get, that will give you 42. So 42 is the remainder. So move to the option and shade 42. For number 14, okay, this is joint variation. So p varies jointly as m and u, and p varies inversely as q. So let's quickly write this first line. This is joint variation. So p varies jointly as m and u. So that's direct variation. So you have p m u. Then it is inverse with q. So q goes under like this. So by the time you remove this proportionality sign, you have p equals to k mu over q. Then let's slot in the initial values. P is 4. You can see from here, p is 4, m is 3, and q is 1. So p is 4, putting 4 here, k times your m is 3. So we are told that m is 3. You can see it from this part. M is 3. So m is 3. So since m is 3, come to your function, write in 3 there. 3 times u is 2, q is 1. So if you do this, you get 4 equals to 3 times 2 is 6. 6 times k will give you 6k. Then k equals to 4 over 6, which is 2 over 3. So that means the relationship between p, m, u, and k will look like this. So just come over here and rewrite this thing. But you're using the value of k now. So your k is 2 over 3. So you're going to have p equals to 2 over 3 mu divided by q. So that's the relationship. But you have to find the value of p from the question. You have to find the value of p. when m is 6 and u is 4 and q is 8/5. So looking for p now, so p will be 2/3 times your m is 6 and u is 4. So m is 6, u is 4, times 6 times 4. Then your q is 8/5, but since q is at the bottom part, they are dividing, so you have to use your reciprocal. So that will be times 5/8. You have to reverse it. Then you can cut from here. This is 2, this is 4, that's 8. To cancel this 8. So you have 3 here 1, 3 here 2. 2 times 5, that will give you 10. So the value of p given those conditions is 10. So come to your option, shape 10. So move to number 15. If r varies inversely as the square root of s and t, so r varies inversely, that will be 1/square root of st. Okay, how does s vary with r and t? So what I'm trying to tell you is that you should make s sort of the formula, and if you look at what you have, you have r directly proportional to 1/square root of st. So introduce your constant r equals to k/square root of st, then cross multiply. So you have this one goes like this, square root of st is equals to k/r, then square both sides. So you have st equals to k squared over r squared. Then you want to make t sort of the formula, divide both side by t. Okay, so divide both side by t. So at the end of the day, you have s is equals to k squared over r squared t. So they're asking you that how does s vary with r and t? So you see that it is inverse proportion because the two terms are denominators here. They're actually under the division sign. So what you have is inverse proportion. So s varies inversely as the square of r, you can see r squared, and t, so the product of both of them. So s varies inversely as r squared and t. Yes, as r squared and t. So this is the answer. This next question, you have to evaluate 3 into x plus 2 less than 6 into x plus 3. So this one is very simple. What you need to expand the bracket. First of all, you need to expand this bracket. If you expand this bracket, you have 3 times x, that's 3x plus 6 greater than, then 6 times x, you have 6x, 6 times 3, you have 18. You got the like terms. So if you got the like terms, you have 3x minus 6x, 3x minus 6x, 3x minus 6x greater than, then 18 minus 6, that will give you 12. Then 3x minus 6x is minus 3x greater than 12. Then you double 7 minus 3. Then you have x. Now since you are dividing with a negative constant, this sign will reverse to less than. So 12 divided by 3 will give you minus 4. So you have x less than minus 4. Then you look for it there. So this is the answer, x less than minus 4. So you have this next question, question 17. Okay, question 17. So you look at this graph, you have to find the graph above is correctly represented by, you have to find the equation of this graph. So it's very simple. The first thing to do, look at the point where the graph cuts the x-axis. This is the x-axis here. So it cuts it at 2 points, this point and this point. So you take the opposite of those points. This is minus 1, so you take x plus 1. Then this is plus 2, so you take x minus 2. Then you expand this. So x times x will give you x squared minus, this is minus 2x. 1 times x will give you x, then minus 2. So if you simplify this, you have x squared minus x minus 2. So this is the equation of this line. So you go to your option and look for x squared minus x minus 2. So that will give you D as the answer, option D. So move to number 18. So solve for x such that x minus 2 modulus is less than 3. So this is a modular arithmetic, okay, inequality. Now what you need to do is you need to remember this simple relation. Anytime you have a modular inequality like this, you need to remember that if the modulus of x is less than a, then you need to remember that minus a less than x less than a. This is the relation you're going to use. So in this question you're given less than, but if it's greater than, like this, assume it was like this, then they're going to use x greater than a or x less than minus a. So let's just use this since this is what we were given in the question. So we have x minus 2 modulus less than 3. So our answer should look like this: minus 3 less than x minus 2 less than 3. So this is what you're going to do. This is what our answer will look like. So you solve for each part. Okay, you solve for each part. So let's take the first part. You solve for this part first, like this. So you solve for that part, you will get, you have minus 3 less than x minus 2. So bring this minus 2 to this side. So you have minus 3 plus 2 less than x. This will give you minus 1 less than x. So this is the first answer. Then the next step, you solve for this other part. Solve for this other part. So this other part, you have x minus 2 less than 3. So take this one to this side. That will give you x less than 3 plus 2, which is x less than 5. So we can see that the value of x lies between minus 1 and 5. You can write to answer like this: minus 1 less than x less than 5. So you can now look for that in your option. So if you check it, you see that this is the correct answer. These are actually the individual values. So these two cannot be the answer at the same time. So value of x lies within a range, and the range is minus 1 to 5. Now for the next question, which is number 19, if the sum of the first two terms of a GP is 3, and the sum of the second and the third term is minus 6, I define the sum of the first term and the common ratio. So let's take the first line. Sum of the first two terms of a GP, that will be first term and second term. So first term and second term, if you add them together, you're going to get 3. So that means first term T1 plus second term T2. If you add it, you get 3. Now for the second question, second line, the sum of the second and the third term is minus 6. Sum of second and third is minus 6. Sum of second and third is minus 6. So second and third, T2 plus T3 is minus 6. Don't forget, from your GP, first term of GP is A. So first term of a GP is A. So you have A, that's T1, plus second term of a GP is AR equals to 3. This is T2, which is AR, plus third term of a GP is AR squared, and this will give you minus 6. So you have two equations. This is equation 1, this is equation 2. So you can easily solve them. Let's factorize this equation 1. This one, let's factorize it. You can see that A is common. So that will be A into 1 plus R equals to minus 3. Factorize the second one too. That's this one. That will give you AR is common. So AR into 1 plus AR squared divided by AR. That will give you R. So you can see that this part is similar. This is equation 3, equation 4. So from here, the next thing to do is to divide. Let's divide equation 4 by equation 3. So it will look like this if you divide it. So you have AR into 1 plus R is equals to minus 6. You are dividing it by A into 1 plus R, and you are dividing it by minus 3. So you are dividing both sides like this. So this one will cut out since they are the same. This one will cut since they are the same. Then this one will cut. So to remain R. So R will come here. So you have minus 6. This is plus. This is minus. So this is plus. Okay. So this is plus. Then 6 divided by 3. That will give you minus 2. So R is minus 2. And if R is minus 2, what is A? Come to this part here. Come to this part. and look for A. So you have A plus AR is 3. Then anywhere you see R equal minus 2 there, that will be A plus A into minus 2 is equals to 3. This will be A minus 2A is equals to 3. So you have minus A is equals to 3. So you can see that from here, A is equals to minus 3. So we are told to find the sum of A first term and common ratio. So if you add these two numbers together, add this and add this one together, you get minus 5. So the sum of both of them is minus 5. So go to your option and look for minus 5 there. So this is the answer. For the next one, you have to find the nth term of this progression. So this is a progression. We have 4, 7, 10, 13, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you need to do it in a very simple way. This is AP, don't forget. This is 4, 7. The difference between them is 3. The difference between them is 3. The difference between them is 3. Then the bottom part is also AP, because the bottom part, the difference between them is 1. That's the common difference is 1, 1. 5 minus 4 is 1, and so on. So for this first one, don't forget the general term of an AP. General term of an AP is A plus n minus 1 D. A is the first term, okay, and n is the number of terms. D is common difference. If you do that for the numerator, A is 4, so you put 4 here, plus you have n minus 1, then D is 7 minus 4, that's 3. If you solve this, you have 4 plus 3 times n, 3n minus 3. So you have 4 minus 3, that's 1. 1 plus 3n. So that's the general term for the numerator. That's this part here, 1 plus 3n. Yeah, let's do it for the denominator too. The denominator is 2, 3, 4, 5. If you try it out, you will get something like this. Don't forget that the first term is 2. If you try the same thing, it will be 2 plus 2 plus then n minus 1. D in this case is 1. 3 minus 2 is 1. The difference between them is 1. So write 1 here. If you expand, you have 2 plus n minus 1. 2 minus 1 is 1. So you have 1 plus n. So for the bottom part, you have 1 plus n. And for the top, you have 1 plus 3n. So you don't look for that in the option. So you just look for that in the option. So 1 plus 3n divided by 1 plus n. So this is 3n plus 1. It's the same thing as 1 plus 3n. So you see that this is the answer here. Take note of this option. This is not the answer, because at the bottom part, the denominator, you have n minus 1, but you are supposed to have 1 plus n. So this is the answer. Then the next one, you have a binary operation. X operator y. This is x operator y is equals to x plus 2y. So you have to find 3 operator 4. So this 3 stands for x, this 4 stands for y. It's very, very simple. Very simple. This 3 stands for x, 4 stands for y. If you do the one in the bracket first, so you will have 3, x is 3, x is 3, y is 4. So that will be 3 plus 2 times 4, that's 8. So 3 plus 8 is 11. So this one will give you 11. So you now do 2 operator 11. So now x is 2 and y is 11. So x is 2, put 2 here. 2 plus y is 11, don't forget. 11 times 2 is 22. So you have 2 plus 22, which will give you 24 as the answer. Now this is matrix. Now when you have to find 2p, if p is this and q is this, you have to find 2p plus q. 2p plus q, that's what you are looking for. 2p plus q, very simple. When you're adding matrices, you add them according to the corresponding terms. The terms in positions can add up each other. The first term on one can add the first term of the second one. So for example, if you want to add p and q now, you can add 5. This 5 is in the first position here. You can go with this 4. You can say 5 plus 4. You can say 2 plus 3. You can see according to the position where they are located. But what we want to do in this case, you have to find 2p first. You have to find 2p. That means each term of p will multiply by 2. So if you do that, multiply it by 2 first, then add it to q. So if you do that, you have something like p will now be 2 times 5, that's 10. After getting 10, you're gonna add it to 4. So 2 times 5, 10. 10 plus 4, that'll give you 14 as the first term. 14 as the first one. The next one is 3 times 2, 6. Then 6 plus 2, that'll give you 8. This is following. Then next one is 2 times 2, that's 4. Then 4 plus 3, 7, and so on. If you try it out, you see that option A is the correct answer. So you don't need to write too much things, just use the simple multiplication, because what you have is 2p plus q. 2p means multiply p by 2 first before you start adding it to q. Then the next one, you have to find the inverse. You have to find the inverse of this matrix. Now, before you find the inverse, you have to find determinant first. To find determinant, you multiply like this and subtract like this. So 4 times 5 will give you 20. Then 3 times 6 will give you 18. So 20 minus 18 will give you 2. So the determinant is 2. Don't forget, determinant is 2. Then the next step is to, these two, you now interchange their positions. You interchange them. If you interchange them, you have 4, 3, 6, 5. After interchanging them, the next step is these two terms here on the left diagonal. You now negate them. That means if they're positive, turn to negative. If they're negative, turn to positive. Since both of them are positive, then it will look like this: 4 minus 3 minus 6, 5. Then after doing all this, now divide by determinant. This will be 1 over 2. So this is the inverse of this matrix. So that will give you the inverse of that matrix. So if you check it in the option, you will see at times it will look as if it's not actually there, but it's actually there. You can use 2. You can use 2 to divide every term here. If all these terms are divided by 2, 4 divided by 2, that will give you 2. Minus 3 divided by 2, that will give you minus 3 over 2. Minus 6 divided by 2, that will give you minus 3. 5 divided by 2, that will give you 5 over 2. Then you cannot look for this in the option. So you have to check it very well. You will see that the answer is A. The answer is A. Option A is the answer. So move to number 24. So for number 24, we have this question here, this diagram. So this is a triangle. In the diagram above, find the value of x. You have to find the value of x. This is x here. This is x here. You have to find the value of x. The angle here is x. So if you look at this diagram, you notice these lines, these two lines here. It means that these two lines are equal in length, from this part to this part, the same time this part to this part. So they are equal in length, and that means this triangle is an isosceles triangle. Okay, isosceles triangle. And isosceles triangle, the base angles are equal. So if here is 15, this part too will be 15. Okay, this part will be 15. Then the next part is to find this place. If you can know this place, then you can easily get what x is. So for this angle here, since it's a triangle and here is 15, 15, total angles in the triangle is 180, and this 2 is already 30. So 180 minus 30 will give you 150. So this part is 150 degrees. So here is 150 degrees. Then you need to now use the exterior angle of a triangle. If you have a triangle like this, the angle outside here is the exterior angle. It is equal to the sum of the two opposite interior angles. So if you add this angle, if you add these two angles, you get the one here. So bring that idea here. If you add x plus 110, you must get 150. So that means x plus 110 is 150. From here, you bring this on here, you can see that x will be 150 minus 110. So x is 40 degrees. So go to your option and shade 40. We'll move to the next one, number 25. So number 25, you have this line, this diagram, and to find the value of x. So this is, you have to take note of what is called a transversal. Okay, these are parallel lines. You have, this is x here. So you have parallel line PQ, PQ. They are parallel because of this this symbol here, this symbol. So they are parallel. So you have to find x. Now to find x, you need to use a simple analogy. Just redraw the diagram. Just try to get the corresponding and the alternate angles. So let's bring this one back like this. stretch this line back, bring this one back like this, and bring this one like this, and take this one like this. So you have this shape. Then from here you can easily get the remaining angles. So if this space is 120, if this space is 120, this part here, sum of angle on a straight line is 180, don't forget, and here is 120, so that means space will be 60. Okay, and if here is 110, sum of angle on a straight line, this space will be 70. Then this 60 alternate angles, you can see this is alternate angle is like this. You have two lines and another line cutting them, which is called transversal. The angle that is here is the same as the angle on the other side of the line. So this is 60. So this other side of this line will be 62. So at the end of the day, you have this triangle like this. This triangle. So you can, this x is the exterior angle of the triangle because it is not inside the triangle, it's exterior. So it will be equal to the sum of 70 and 60. So if you add 70 plus 60, you get x. So you can see from the diagram that the value of x will be 70 plus 60, which is 130. So go there and just shade. Now, number 26, we are told that the angles of a quadrilateral are 3y plus 10, 2y plus 30, y plus 20, and 4y. Find the value of y. Now, a quadrilateral has four sides, and a four-sided figure, the total angle in a four-sided figure is always 360. So don't forget, the three-sided figure, total angles is 180. For a four-sided figure, total angle is 360. So if you add all these four angles, you must get 360. So to add it really quick, you just add all the values of y. So 3y plus 2y, that's 5y. 5y plus y, that's 6y. 6y plus 4y, so that'll give you 10y. Then plus, you add the numbers now. 10 plus 30, that's 40. 40 plus 20, that's 60. So the total must give you 360. Then 10y, bring this one here, you can see that this will give you 360 minus 60. That will give you 300. Then divide both sides by 10. So y is 300 divided by 10. So you can see that the value of y is 30. So you just go there and shade 30. So we move to number 27 now. I'll move to number 27. A square tile has side 30 centimeter. How many of these tiles will cover a rectangular floor of length 7.2 meters and width 4.2 meters? So the first thing to do is to check this, the side of the square is 30 centimeter. So convert this to meter because the rectangle is in meter. So convert this to meter. So this will give you 0.3 meters. So what I'm trying to look for is that there's a rectangular floor, and you're trying to see how many of these small squares will you set inside this rectangular floor that will cover the whole area. And the rectangle is 7.2 by 4.2. So the first thing to do is to find the area of this rectangle. After getting the area, you now divide it by the area of the square. So the area of the rectangle is 7 length times breadth. That's 7.2 times 4.2. So if you multiply that, you will get 30.24. 30.24. Now the area of the square is side times side. Okay, so the side of the square is 0.3 meters. So 0.3 times 0.3, that will give you 0.09. Then you divide this 30.24 by 0.09. So you have 30.24 divided by 0.09. So if you do that division, you will get 336. Okay, so the number of squares that will be needed will be 336. So you go to your option and look for 336. So you see that this is the answer here. For the next one, the length of a chord. Find the length of a chord which subtends an angle of 90 degrees at the center, whose radius is 8 cm. So radius is 8. Radius is 8, and you're looking for the length of the chord, and the angle is 90 degrees. So you have a circle. So you have a circle. There's a circle like this with the center. The angle at the center is 90. So this angle here is 90 degrees. So you're looking for this distance. All this distance. This is the chord. Okay. So This radius of the circle is 8. Here is 8. So you have a right angle triangle. Okay, right angle triangle. So here is 8, here is 8. You're looking for this side, which is the length of the chord. So if you do this using Pythagoras theorem, you have 8 squared plus 8 squared. That will be 64 plus 64, which will give you 128. Then you find the square root of 128. Now, square root of 128 is not in the option, but you can see all the options are in sort form. So you break 128 down. 128 is 64 times 2. So if you do that square root, you will get 8 root 2. Square root of 64 is 8. So 8 root 2. That's the answer, 8 root 2. So next one, a chord of a circle, that's number 29. A chord of a circle subtends an angle of 120 degrees at the center of a circle of diameter 4 root 3. You have to find the area of the major sector. So the first thing to do is to draw the circle. Just sketch it, just a sketch. The diameter is 4 root 3. So 4 root 3 is diameter. So this is the circle here. So if the diameter is 4 root 3, you divide it by 2 to get the radius. So the radius will be 2 root 3. So you draw this like this and draw this like this. So the radius is 2 root 3, 2 root 3, the same thing. But the angle at the center, you are told that it is 120. So you use the area of a sector. Area of a sector is theta over 360 times pi r squared. So theta in this question is 120. You are dividing by 360 times pi. Okay, times, now r squared is, r is 2 root 3. So if you square it, 2 times 2 is 4, root 3 times root 3 is 3. So 4 times 3 is 12. So that will give you 12. So everything here is 12. So let's divide. So you have 120 times pi times 12 divided by 360. So cancel with 12 to give you 30. And this will give you 4. 3 and 12 is 4. So you have 4 pi. All the answers are in terms of pi. So 4 pi centimeter squared will be the answer. So for the next one, we are going to find the locus of points, which is equidistant from line PQ. So this is under locus. Locus is just the path traced by an object or a point when it moves under certain conditions. So you have a line PQ. So let's assume this is the line here, PQ, and there's a point here above the line. Anywhere this point moves to, the distance from this part of the line is constant. Okay, it's equidistant, has meaning of constant distance. So if the point comes to this place, this distance is equal. If it comes here, so any of the point will form a straight line. That straight line will be parallel to the original line. So the answer will be a pair of parallel lines. Okay, different points. There's another point here to form a parallel line too. So all the lines will be parallel to the actual line PQ. So to form a pair of parallel lines. Okay, so this is the answer here. So now we'll move to number 31. So number 31 is you're told that if the midpoint of the line PQ is 2,3, that's x and y coordinates. Okay, this is x, this is y. So you're told that the midpoint is 2,3. You have to find the point. The point P is this. Find the coordinate of the point Q. So there are actually 2 points. There are 2 points. 1, 2. The middle of those 2 points is PQ. So P is here, Q is here. So the middle is PQ. Okay, so you need to use what is called the midpoint formula. This is what the midpoint formula looks like. It's very, very simple, very simple. It's x1 plus x2 divided by 2. y1 plus y2 divided by 2. This is the midpoint formula. So this is midpoint theorem or midpoint formula. So the 2 points, just add their x coordinates and divide it by 2. So we are told that the midpoint is 2,3. That means the answer that you're going to get after applying that formula, is 2, 3. So that means x is 2, y is 3 from this formula. You understand? So, and we are told that the point P is minus 2, 1. So let's write the point P. This is point P minus 2, 1. So we're looking for Q. Q is x, y. We don't know that, but we know the middle. The middle is 2, 3. This is the middle. So this is what you're going to do. Use the midpoint formula. So you add the x and the y coordinate and divide by 2. So let's add. So this is the x coordinates 1, 2. You add these 2 and divide it by 2. The answer that you get will be this one. So you have minus 2 plus x divided by 2. The answer that you're going to get is 2. Then you add the y coordinates to 1 plus y divided by 2. The answer you're going to get is 3. So if you solve this one, this is 2 times 2, 4. So you have minus x. You have minus 2 plus x is equals to 4. And this one will give you 2 times 3, 6. So you have 1 plus y is equals to 6. From here, you see that x is equals to 6. If you solve this one, bring this minus 2 to this side. So that will be 4 plus 2, x is 6. Then here, bring this 1 to this side. Okay, y will be 5. So the other point Q, the coordinate of that point Q is 6, 5. You have to write the 6 first because 6 is the x coordinate. Okay, so 6, 5. So check the option there. You can see that it's not there. It's not in the option. So this question does not have a correct. There's no solution there. It's supposed to be 6, 5. Perhaps this is what you wanted to write here, 6, 5, and they mistakenly wrote 5, 6. So let's just leave that. Now we move to number 32. Now number 32 is you have the equation of the perpendicular bisector of the line joining 2, minus 3 to Q minus 5, 1. So you have two lines. PQ. So this is the middle of P and Q. So use the midpoint formula to get the middle. After getting the middle, you draw a perpendicular line like this. Okay, passing through the middle like this. So you have to find the equation of this line. Don't forget this. The equation of this line will have the same gradients and opposite gradients to this line. Okay, I'll give you the formula you're going to use. So the first thing to do is to find the gradient of line PQ. Okay, you need to know the gradient of this line joining P to Q. So let us bring those points out. So P is 2, minus 3. So this is point P. 2, minus 3. Let me just erase all these ones out. So P is 2, minus 3. Then let's get the point Q. Now point Q is minus 5. This is point Q here, minus 5, 1. So let's go back. Minus 5, 1. So we have minus 5, 1. So let's find the gradient. Gradient is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So this is y2, this is y1, this is y2. So 1, y2, 1 minus 3 divided by x2 minus 5 minus 2. So this will give you this will give you 4 over minus 7. So that's minus 4 over 7. So this is the gradient of the line PQ. This is the gradient of the line PQ. So we need to note this is gradient PQ. We need to find the middle of PQ now. So I'm going to use our midpoint formula, which is what we used in the previous question. So let's use the midpoint formula. You just add the two coordinates and divide by 2. Very simple. So the middle, let's find the middle. This is the middle now. Let's say M. The coordinate of m now will be, so 2, you add these two together and divide by 2. So you have minus 5 plus 2, you divide it by 2, comma, you add this one 2 and divide by 2, minus 3 plus 1 divided by 2. So after doing that, this one will give you minus 3 over 2. This point will give you minus 3 over 2. So m is equals to, this is minus 3 over 2, comma, then this one will give you minus 2 over 2. Minus 2 over 2. Then when you divide it, you get minus 1. Okay, this one will give you minus 1. So this point here is the middle of P and Q. So this is the middle of P and Q here. This is the middle of P and Q. Now the line, the equation you're looking for from the question, that equation passes through this point. The line passes through this point like this. It passes through it like this. So this is passing through this midpoint. You have to use the equation of a line, general equation of a line, to get that this equation of this line. And we already have the gradient of PQ, and these two are perpendicular. They are perpendicular. That means they have the same. The angle at that point is 90 degrees. The angle here, and they will have opposite gradients. So the gradient of PQ is minus 4 over 7. Then the gradient of this line will be 7 over 4. You find the reciprocal. So the gradient of this line is 7 over 4. Then you put it in the formula. The formula is y minus y1 over x minus x1 is equals to gradient, which is m. So we're looking for the equation now. So the equation will be y minus y1. So we'll leave the y as it is. Y minus, this is y1 here. So you have my y minus 3 over 2 divided by x. Sorry, let me take that again, please. So this is the equation you're going to use here. So let's start plugging it into the equation. So you have y minus, so this is y1. So y minus 1 divided by x minus, this is x1, minus 3 over 2 equals to m. So this one will give you y plus 1, okay, y plus 1 divided by x plus 3 over 2 is equals to m. So we already know what is m. M is the reciprocal of 4 over 7, which is reciprocal of 4 over 7. Reciprocal of 4 over 7, which is 7 over 4. So you plug in 7 over 4 here, 7 over 4. Now cross multiply 4 times y. Cross multiply 4 times y. That will give you 4y plus 4 times 1, 4. 7 times x will give you 7x plus 7 times 3 will give you 21 divided by 2. So let's eliminate this fraction. Multiply all the terms by 2. Okay, so multiply all the terms by 2. So 2 times 4y will give you 8y plus 2 times 4 will give you 8. 2 times 7x will give you 14x plus 21 over 2 times 2. So this one will cancel out. So this one will just give you 21. Okay. So from here, you can now rearrange. So don't forget everything must be equal to 0. So bring your 8, all these terms here, bring them to this side. So you have 8y plus 8 minus 14x minus 21 is equals to 0. So you have 8y minus 14x minus 21 plus 8 is equals to 0. This will give you 8y minus 14x minus 13. 21 minus 8 is 13. Equals to 0. This is the equation of the line. So you go to your option. So you have 8y minus 14x minus 13 is equals to 0. So that was under coordinate geometry. So this is the answer here. 8y minus 14x minus 13 is equals to 0. So this is the answer. So the next one, number 13 or 33. Triangle PQR. In triangle PQR, Q is 8, R is 6, and cos P is 1 over 12. So you have to find the value of P. If you sketch this diagram, sketch it. This is P, this is Q, and this is R. So you're looking for P, this part here. The angle at P from the question is 1/12 cos 1/12. The angle that is there, let's say angle theta, is 1/12. Then R, the small r is here, which is 6. This place here is 8. This is 8. So you have to find P. So this is cosine rule. Cosine rule. So this is what cosine rule looks like. So cosine rule is like this. You have x for a triangle ABC. You have a squared is equals to b squared plus c squared minus 2a minus 2bc minus 2bc cos a. So but now you're using P and Q. So you're looking for this angle here. So you have to multiply 6 squared plus 8 squared. Okay, so we are doing 6 squared plus 8 squared. So 6 squared plus 8 squared minus then 2 times 6 times 8, 2 times 6 times 8. Then the cos of the angle, you have been given the cos of the angle. If you check the question, the cos of the angle at P is 1/12. So that's what you just write there. Just write 1/12. The actual value of the angle is not given, but the cosine is given. So that's times 1/12. Then from this part you can start cancelling the factors. So let's cancel this 2 here. This will give you 6. This will cancel. This will cancel. So you're left with 8. So 6 squared is 36 plus 64 minus 8. These 2 will give you 100 minus 8. 100 minus 8 is 92. Then you take the square root of 92. Okay, square root of 92. So the value at P will be square root of 92. So I'm going to create a separate video on cosine rule later, but that's just the basics of cosine rule. So this one will give you root 92. So that's the answer to that one. Then for number 34, if tan theta equals 3/4, find the value of sin theta plus cos theta. Okay, so tan theta equals 3/4. To find the value of sin theta plus cos theta. So to make your work really fast, 3, 4, 5 form what is called a Pythagorean triple. So in the right angle triangle, if the opposite or the adjacent are 3 or 4 respectively, the hypotenuse will be 5. So just know that to hasten your work. So you have the triangle. Your triangle will now look like this. So this is tan. So this place is 3, 4. Then here is 5. 3 times 3, 9. 9. Then 4 times 4, 16. 16 plus 9 is 25. 25. The square root is 5. That's why here is 5. So this place is theta here. This is theta. So if you do your sine and cos, sin theta, that's opposites over hypotenuse. So that will be 3/5. 3/5 plus, then cos theta will be 4/5. 4/5. If you add these two, 3 plus 4 is 7. You have 7/5. So 7/5 is one whole number, 2/5. Okay, so that's it right there. So the next one is if y not 35, if y equals 2x plus 2 raised to power 3, you have to find dy dx. This is differentiation. So you have 2x plus 3 squared. So it's very simple. Before raised to power 3 rather, So it's very, very simple. You have 2x plus 3. So it is very simple. You have 2x plus 2 raised to the power 3. So all you have, this 3 will multiply the imaginary one here. So you have 3 into 2x plus 2. Then reduce the power by 1. So this place will be 3 minus 1. That will give you 2. Okay. After that, you multiply by the derivative of what is inside the bracket. So you differentiate what is inside the bracket. If you differentiate 2x plus 2, what you get is 2. Because if you differentiate the constants, you get 0. If you differentiate 2x, you get 2. This place will be 2. So times 2. Then just multiply. 2 times 3 will give you 6. So your answer should be 6, open bracket, 2x plus 2, then squared. So this is the answer here. 6 into bracket 2x plus 2 squared. So number 36, if y equals x sine x, you have to find dy dx. This is differentiation. So y is equals to x sine x. So this is differentiation. You have y equals to x sine x. So to differentiate this, you use product rule. Product rule is very simple. You write down the first, differentiate the second, plus write down the second, differentiate the first. So in terms of, as in mathematically, you can write the formula like this: u dv plus v du. Okay, so it's very, very simple. Just x is standing as u, this is u, this one is v. So let's write down the first one, differentiate the second one, plus write down the second one, differentiate the first one. So that's just the format. So if you do that, let's write down x is the first one, write down x, differentiate sine x, you get cos x, plus write down sine x and differentiate x, differentiate x, you get 1. So no need to write it. So the answer is x cos x plus sine x. So check it in your option. So it is not there. So that's the answer. This is the answer, but it is not in the option. So x cos x plus sine x. Now we move to the next one, number 37. So number 37, the radius of a circle is increasing at the rate of 0.02 centimeter per second. Find the rate at which the area is increasing when the radius of the circle is 7. So what you do is, this is application of differentiation. You know, when JAMB will test you on so many things. So the first thing to write is area of a circle. Area of a circle is pi r squared. So write a equals to pi r squared. Then you differentiate with respect to r, that would be a over dr. So this will use 2 come forward, that would 2 pi, then reduce the power by 1, that would be 2 pi r. So this is the rate at which the area is changing with respect to the radius, but you need it with respect to time, because what you have here is centimeter per second. So you introduce the variable t. So that will be dA. This is what I'm looking for, dA over dt. Then you just do something like a little ratio there. It will be equals to, so you pick dA over dr first, then times dr over dt. The r dt is how the radius is reducing, which is given in the question. Okay, so the way the radius is reducing is 0.02. You can see the centimeter per second. Okay, so then the dt is what I'm looking for. Now dA over dr is here. Look at it here. dA over dr, 2 pi r. So you have 2 pi r times the r dt is 0.02. How do you know that? 0.02 is in the question. So let's solve this out. Pi, value of pi is 22 over 7. Okay, so this is 2 times 22 over 7. Now we're given the value of the radius. the value of the radius is 7 centimeter. Okay, so that means when r is 7, you have to find the way the area is reducing when the radius is 7. So you move back to this point and put 7 here. So this part is 7. So times 7 times 0.02. So this 7 comes to this 7. So 2 times 22 will give you 44 times 0.02. 44 times 2 will give you 88. So then the decimal points, that will be 0.88. So go to your option and check. So if you check the option, so if you check your options, so go to your option and check. So when you check your options, you see the answer here, 0.88. This is the answer to question 37. Now we move to question 38. So you have to integrate. You have to integrate 1 plus x over 1 plus x over x to the power 3. This is x to the power 3. Okay. So you have to integrate. Very simple. You have to integrate 1 plus x divided by x to the power 3 dx. So you break it down like this: 1 over x3 plus x over x3. This is how you break it down. Then use indices. This x to the power 3 will be x to the power minus 3 plus x cancel x. This is x to the power 2. So this one becomes x to the power minus 2, because this one will be 1 over x squared. Then you can now convert it to something like this using indices. So this is what you are integrating. This is what you are integrating. So if you integrate, don't forget when you are integrating, you just add 1 to the power and divide it by that same value of whatever you got. So this will be x, you add 1 to minus 3, that will be minus 2, divide by minus 2 again, plus you add x, you add 1 to minus 2, that will be minus 1, then divide by minus 1. So this is the same thing as writing minus, this reverse it back. This will be 1 over x squared, then 2 will be here, plus times minus minus minus, then this one will be 1 over x. Then you introduce the constant, maybe c or k, any of the constants you like. Okay, so there will be a separate video on integration and differentiation. Okay, but this is just the basics. So this is the answer here. So you need the one that has minus minus. So this is it here. So this is the answer here. So go there and just shade. Then this next one, you have to evaluate integral. So you have the integral of 0 to pi over 2 of sine x. The first thing, you have to integrate sine x. If you integrate your sine x, you get minus cos x. So this one will give you minus cos x. Then you now introduce the limits. What are the limits? The limits are 0 and pi over 2. Don't forget, pi over 2 is the same thing as 90, because pi is 180. So 180 divided by 2 will give you 90. So pi over 2 is 90 degrees. So at the end of the day, you have minus cos, then 90 degrees minus cos 0. Okay, because you have to introduce the two limits. So this one will give you cos 90 is 0. So this is minus 0 plus cos 0 is 1. So at the end of the day, you have 1 minus 0, which is 1. So this is the answer here. So let's move to the next part, 41. So we have this diagram here. We have this diagram. They use the pie charts, and we have to find how many students offer mathematics. So the first thing to find total angles. You need to find total angles of these pie charts. You need to find total angles. For the total angle, you add everything. Everything should be equal to 360. So if you just add all the values of x first, so you have 6x plus 6x. That will give us 6x plus 4x rather. That will give us 10x Then we have 10x plus 5x, that'll give you 15x. 15x plus another 5x, that's 20x. 20x plus 16x, that'll give you 36x. So the values of x there is 36x. So 36x plus, then you add the numbers. 12 plus 12 is 24. This is minus here, so 24 minus 24, that will be 0. So it must give us 360 because that is sum of angles in the circle. So 36x must be equal to 360, and x will be equal to 360 divided by 36. So x is 10. So the value of x is 10. So if x is 10, then the angle for mass is 10 times 5, that's 50. So we put it in the formula to get the required people that are offering mathematics. So that will be total number of students is 80. So we have 50 divided by 80, you multiply it by 360. So that will give you the angle. The angle there is 50. Sorry. So we insert it into the formula to get the number of students that are offering mathematics. So let that be x. So you have x divided by total number of students, that's 80. Multiply this by 360. Then this should be equal to the angle. The angle here is 50. 360 because this is pie chart. The sum of angles in the pie chart is 360. So if you do this calculation, you should have x equals to 8 times 50, that's 400 divided by 36. So this will be 9. This will be 100 over 9. 100 over 9 is not actually a perfect division. So I think there's something wrong with the question, because the options here, there's none that is 100 over 9. So let's just skip it. Let's move to the next one. So you have to find the mean of t plus 2, 2t minus 4, 3t plus 2, and 2t. So to find the mean, you add all the values first and divide by how many numbers are there, how many variables. You have 1, 2, 3, 4. So you are dividing by 4. So you add everything and divide by 4. So let's do the addition. So you have t plus 2t, that's 3t. 3t plus 3t, that's 60. 6t plus t plus 2t, that will give you 8t. So we have 8t. Then let's add the numbers. For the numbers, you have 2 plus 2, that's 4. 4 minus 4, that's 0. So for the numbers, you're getting 0. So 8t plus 0, then divided by how many numbers are there? 4. So you have 8t divided by 4, which will give us 2t. So the mean is 2t. So the next one is the mean of 7 numbers is 10. If 6 of the numbers are 2, 4, 8, 10, 2, 4, 8, 14, 16, and 18, to find the mode. It's a very technical question. You need to find the total numbers first. Don't forget mean. The formula for mean is total over count. How many numbers are there? That's the count. So since the mean is 10, the mean is 10, and the number of digits there is 7. So that means the total number of digits there is 70. There are 70, as in the total number. If you add all the numbers together, you will get 70. Okay, but you are told that the numbers are 2, 4, 8, 14, 6, and 18. There are 6 of the numbers, so remain one number. So the technique there is to add all these numbers together. Anything you get, remove it from 70, which is the total. So if you remove it, you get that last number. So if you add 2 plus 4, that's 6. 6 plus 8, that's 14. 28. Then plus this, that will give you 62. This is 62. What's number total is 62. Then go to remove it from 70. So you have 70 minus 62. That will give you 8. That means the 7th number is 8, and you're told to find the mode. So you can see that 8 is occurring twice, so the mode will be 8. Okay, now move to the next one, number 44. The age, this you have to find the median age of this distribution. So median is very simple. Let's go to the frequency. This is the frequency part. You add everything. So 3 plus 5, 8, 8 plus 1, 9, 9 plus 1, 10, 10 plus, this is 5, 10 plus 5 will give you 15. So since the total is odd, use this formula. Formula will be n plus 1. So use n plus 1 divided by 2. So you have 15 plus 1 divided by 2. So that will give you 16 over 2, which will give us 8 as a position. So that means the median is in the 8th position. So this first number here is in the 3rd position. Then 3 plus 5 will give you 8th position. So that means the median is this number here. So the median is 25. Okay. So let's move to the next part. This is number 45. So if the variance of 3 plus x, 6, 4, x, and 7 minus x is 4, and the mean is 5, find the standard deviation. So this question, you have to look for standard deviation, but you just need to check the question very well. You can see that they have given you the variance already. The variance is given. Okay, the variance is 4. As you can see from here, the variance is 4. So if the variance is 4, the relationship between standard deviation and variance, standard deviation is the square root of variance. That means if you have your variance, just find the square root, you get standard deviation. So don't waste your time to evaluate maybe the value of x. Just check the question, look for the variance, and find the square root. So the variance is 4, then the square root of 4 is 2. So that means the standard deviation is 2. So for the next question, so the table below shows the scores of 20 students in further maths. What is the range of the distribution? So you're looking for the range in this case. So don't forget that. So question 46. The table below shows the scores of 20 students in further mathematics. So question 46. We are told that the table above shows the scores of 20 students in the further mathematics tests. What is the range of the scores? The range of the distribution rather. So if you're looking for range, formula of range is the highest score minus the lowest score. Okay, so these are the scores at the top here. These are the scores. So if you check very well, you see that the highest score is 10. So the highest score is 10, while the lowest is 3. So 10 minus 3 will give you 7. So the range is 7. For the next one, in how many ways can a student select two subjects from 5 subjects? So this is selection. So you have 5 subjects and the student wants to select 2 from the subjects. So the student can pick any 2. So this is combination. This is a case of combination. So you have 5 subjects, and the student wants to pick 2 subjects. So it's a case of combination. So that will be 5C2. Okay, 5C2. The number of selections or groups I can have when you have 5 things, I want to select just 2, is 5C2. So if you work that out, that will be 5C2. That will give you 5 factorial divided by, then 5 minus 2. That will give you 3 factorial, then 2 factorial. So this will give you 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1 divided by 3 factorial is 3 times 2 times 1. Then 2 factorial is times 2 times 1. So these ones can cancel out. These ones can cancel out, as you can see. So this is 6 at the bottom. 3 times 2 is 6. 3 times 2 is 6. And 4 times 3 is 12. So this one cancels out. So this one will give you 2 here. So 2 times 5 will give you 10. So there are 10 ways for the students to select that 2 subjects from 5. But actually the options are not even in evaluated form. The options are in factorial form. So you can see that this is the answer here. 5 factorial over 3 factorial, 2 factorial. So that is B. So we go to B. Then next one is, in how many ways can 3 seats be occupied if 5 people are willing to sit Okay, so how many ways can 3 seats be occupied if 5 people are willing to sit? So this is permutation. So we are doing permutation now. So you have 5 seats. You have 3 seats, 1, 2, 3, and 5 people. Okay, let's say A, B, C, D, E. These are the 5 people. They are available to sit. So you can see that this first seat here, this first seat can go for any of these 5 guys. So this first seat can be chosen or can be filled up in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in 5 ways. Then this second seat, once you have used one, there will be 4 options left. Then the second seat can be filled up in 4 ways. Then the last seat can be filled up in 3 ways. So you have 5 times 4 times 3, which is 60. So this is 60 as the answer. So this is 60. Another way of doing it is to do 5p3, 5 permutation 3, which is to give you 60. Now the next one, what's the probability that an integer x, 1 less than or equals to x less than or equals to 25, chosen at random, is divisible by both 2 and 3? First of all, you need to know the numbers are divisible by both 2 and 3 that lie between this range. The first number that 2 and 3 can divide between this range is 6. So after 6 you have 12, then you have 18, then you have 24 as the last one. These are actually multiples of 6. So we're looking for the probability that an integer chosen at random is divisible by both 2 and 3. So these are the numbers. So how many are they? There are 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 4 options divided by, then how many numbers do you have from 1 to 25? So between 1 and 25, there are 25 numbers there. So we divide by 25. So that will give you 4 over 25 as the answer, which is the probability. Then a basket contains 9 apples, 8 bananas, and 7 oranges. So you have to find, if fruit is picked from the basket, find the probability that it is neither an apple nor an orange. So it's very, very straightforward. Since it is neither, you can see the word neither. So you have apples, bananas, and oranges in the bag. So what is being picked? You are told that it is not an apple and it's not an orange. So that means it's a banana. It's a banana. Then how many bananas are there? That's 8 divided by the total number of apples will be 9 plus 8, which is 17. 17 plus 7, that will give you 24. Then you can divide this, which will give you 4 over 6. Then divide it again with 2, that will give you 2 divided by 3. So 2 over 3 is the final answer. So that's the end of the video. If you really enjoy what you have watched, please like and subscribe. If you gained any value, like and subscribe to our channel. So thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye.